loan officers, I want to ask you to help me figure something out. The CFPB has a comment period for changing the know before you owe rule. Well, I've been talking with the Heritage Foundation and the Heritage Action Committee about getting some pretty good responses together. I figure you're probably the best people to ask. So here's what I want you to do. If you have your comments or suggested changes to the know before you owe rule, I would like to get that from you. All you have to do is click on the link down below. It's a submit page for mortgage shots. And if you give me a well thought out response, we're going to send you this. This is the Heritage Foundation's Case Against Dodd-Frank. And I gotta tell you, it's a pretty compelling read. It's for free. All I need is your comments, well thought out, of the changes of the know before you owe rule right down below. Heritage Foundation. This is sending shots across some of the bows of the people in the industry as we speak. And once we get your comments, by the way, I gotta tell you, we got some really cool stuff that we're going to be doing with this. So don't freak out, send me your comments. So on with the show. You know, Countrywide's Hustle billion-dollar fine got overturned by federal judges, which is a matter of principle. That's a good thing. Now, we asked if Angelo Mozilla was going to get his $67 million back that he had to pay as a result of this. So, not sure if that happened. But like in Star Wars Episode 6, when Yoda says, "There is another."
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
There is, in fact, another person to consider.
And the other one is a gal named Rebecca Marion, who changed it to Rebecca Steele, who also worked at Countrywide and was fined $1 million, but now gets to get it back. You know, there's probably a thesis in this somewhere. I mean, the Star Wars thing and Rebecca Steele, you know, good versus evil, intertwined. Rebecca's not the main Jedi. That would be Angelo, like Leia. Rebecca changed her name, and in the newest chapters of the story are clearly good guys. Or so we think. Oh, one last thing. Leia and Rebecca, both pretty hot, just saying.
There probably is a thesis in there somewhere, but okay. Rebecca from Countrywide, she's off the hook. Just to be clear about this, she ran Full Spectrum's Countrywide's Hustle process, which is at the core of the Death Star that was Countrywide. By the way, both also did blow up.
Stop it.
Okay. But Rebecca, the one in question here, she's scot-free now. She doesn't have to pay or gets her $1 million back. Rebecca was also called the face of the housing crisis. And I thought to myself, how can she, who's not even the top of Countrywide, be the face of the crisis? Hell, she's not even top 10 material, even if she was guilty, which she's not. And then I thought to myself, my God, this seems kind of sexist that she's the face of the meltdown. Then I thought to myself, well, we just called her hot, and is that sexist? And finally I thought to myself, even if it is sexist, us calling her hot and one other article calling her the face of the crisis, which she's not, it's only a couple people's opinion. So it'd be a stretch to turn the housing crisis subject into a gender equality issue, right?
Wrong. Because that's what the media does. They make mountains out of molehills in this country. It keeps the news cycle going. Think I'm wrong? How was TSA 2 weeks ago?
Not so fast, Richie. Okay.
Inefficient. But they've always been that way. How are they now? It's the same, but apparently today it's a national crisis. I mean, seriously, think Ebola, monkeypox, killer bees, Cincinnati gorillas, and the Oklahoma City Thunder. We make things bigger than they are.
And he fires.
Yes!
So yes, now the National Association of Women in Real Estate Businesses have released a statement about how Rebecca Marion turned Steele, aka Princess Leia of Countrywide Hustle program, got screwed because she's a woman.
Here's a quote. In the coverage detailing the case against her, Steele was presented not only as a professional, but also as a woman. Articles describing her hair color and style of dress reminded readers that the federal government wasn't just charging a chief operational officer, they had found a woman at fault. This is the first issue. Would a man's hair and fashion choices have been discussed if he had been in Steele's position? End quote.
Well, apparently so. By the way, they go on and on and on, spinning a housing crisis issue into a woman's issue. Now, you know the problem here is, by even bringing this up, if you disagree with what the Women's Association of Professional Realtors said, then you're going to get labeled, and it's going to happen in our case right now, as a bunch of sexists. But you would be wrong, because the thing is, we're not looking at Rebecca as the female face of the housing crisis, nor the face of the housing crisis at all. We're looking at her as a COO, you go girl, of the branch of Countrywide that unfortunately became one of many scapegoats for the housing crisis. And sure, she gets her $1 million back, but how much money is she going to lose by fighting this thing over the past few years? How much of a stain on her career and reputation has this thing been? Probably quite a bit. So we think to flip this into a women's issue, rather than a banking and lending issue, parries or deflects where the focus should be, and that's stopping or reversing the witch hunt mentality that's hurting everybody in housing, not just women. Even the hot ones.
What was she wearing?
Is this like Princess Leia at the beginning of Return of the Jedi when she's with Jabba the Hutt? Or is this like Princess Leia in the latest installment of the Star Wars series? Where they were beating Carrie Fisher up and saying, oh my god, that's not fair. They weren't beating up Harrison Ford. But let's face it, Harrison Ford looks pretty roughed up.
You know, it gets complicated. It
We're just
really,
getting
really
a little
does. It
older.
gets a little- yeah, anyway. Well, there you go. Media turning this into a woman frenzy. All right, what do you guys think? Are we right? Are we wrong? Let us know. Put it in the comments down below. Don't forget about the comments Brian also asked for about the Know Before You Owe, and that link is down below. Don't miss that.
And get a copy of the Heritage Foundation's Case Against Dodd-Frank. It's a very, very interesting read.
Yeah, very interesting. Get yours for free. You guys have a great day. Forward, share, and subscribe in your upper right-hand corner. We'll catch you later here at the National Real Estate Post.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.